heist, trading alert, and technical analysis, and company style, and philosophy, right? The only one that nailed all this. The rest of you are getting heisted and fleeced by the criminal gangster cartel, brother, that have infiltrated and taken over the United States and federal government in order to knock down the retail investor and beat them down into a status admission, into a slave work mentality. But no, not here. We won't let that happen. Absolutely not. Not at VINCENZO'S Gold Crypto Investing. We keep you one step ahead of them criminal gangster cartel, the Ohio State University, and we give you that in-depth, only industry exclusive ability to audible and sidestep and stay 2 steps ahead of those criminal gangster cartel to beat down the criminals and stay ahead and win in the retail trading world, right? Jim Harbaugh, like, subscribe to my channel, my radio network, and I will too. Yes, I will help you one day. Yes, maybe Jim Harbaugh. One day you will take down and beat for the first time in 21 out of 22 years and a COVID cancellation that maybe you can beat the team I can't stand, I despise, and irritates me with a hairless nut around their neck, Jim. Get your fucking shit together, Harbaugh. Like, subscribe to my radio network so that way you can knock down the Ohio State University Buckeyes and maybe find your way to Indianapolis, even though it's only a 5-hour drive away, Jim. You seem to be fucking lost on where the hell that shit is. I'll send you a roadmap, too, when you call into my radio network. I'll show you how to get to Indianapolis, Jim, okay? Can't fucking take that shit anymore. All right, on with the real news. Why you're here on my morning radio rant, right? It's where I talk about whatever I want on my way to work, whether you guys like it or not. I mean, I'd prefer you like it, but if you don't, the crypto and the stock news and all that nonsense is there the rest of the day, right? 24 hours a day, besides this 20-minute rant on my way to work. Well, we look at our market share. This is now 2 straight days. We've had over 2,000 viewers in a rolling 48-hour period. Very impressive, right? I fell asleep early last night, so I didn't put any content out for 9 hours. But we still held the board strong, right? You can see at the bottom right up there, I just put some content out when I woke up just to get something out there, quick updates for you guys, so you didn't feel like I died or anything like that, right? Links are above and below if you want to donate to the channel. If you're stuck in a trade now recently as the price starts to come back down like we predicted. Our audience, 6.7% female. Not very strong there. Marketing director, we've slipped about 3.5% since I hired you. Remember, I had to fire the last guy that was horrible at this job, and I hired a woman this time to try to market more and get in touch and move the female listener to come and join this movement and growing our message of fiscal responsibility, Austrian economics for freedom and prosperity, and personal and country sovereignty, right? And we know Keynesian economics is a fast track to communism and a fast track to loss of personal and country sovereignty and freedom and economic prosperity, right? And that's the message we're trying to get out to shape the young people. That's why we're very excited that we're working into the 18 to 24-year-olds, our youngest age group we're allowed to have an audience to, and the 25 to 34-year-olds. We're very excited about getting the young guys, the young people, on the our way, VINCENZO'S Gold Crypto Investing way of thinking, which is fiscal conservative responsibility, not conservative political beliefs, but conservative fiscal beliefs, where you got to have a balanced budget. You have to have a strong manufacturing base in your country, right? You got to produce things. You got to make refrigerators. You got to make cell phones. You got to make couches. You got to make appliances. You got to make tires. You got to make things, right? We don't want to be a service sector economy. We want to produce manufacturing. We want to manufacture the highest quality goods at the cheapest possible price to sell to the rest of the world like we used to do in the early 1900s. That made us a powerhouse, a world economic manufacturing and the richest country in the world. Now we are the poorest country in the world because we have more debt than the rest of the world combined, right? We're the biggest debtor nation. We used to be the biggest creditor nation, right? And that's what I'm trying to drain into you and get my message out. And the best way to get my message out is to try to save you guys in the stock market when I see pumps and bubbles about to pop, like the crypto second biggest ever, or the first ever biggest crypto bubble, and the second major crypto bubble to pop. And I tried to warn you to give you the heads up as it was nearing its peak. And I believe my message is getting out. And now my future fiscal and monetary policy messages will get out, because you guys will see the power when you incorporate everything and then try to forecasting whatever stock, commodity, or crypto you're trying to win on. You need to have all this in there. And Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing exclusively does that for you. That's how we call it Dogecoin. That's why I fucking love that Dogecoin, you know, because I'm killing it on it, right? And that's how I call it Zillow and Bitcoin and Ethereum, all that shit, right? Now let's go into my favorite part of my radio show, my market share. United States, its market share has been slipping gradually. Its market dominance is slipping. United Kingdom is skyrocketing, nearing 10%. Australia, my Australians, hey, how you guys doing into the land down under? You guys are killing it, up to 3.8%. Canada today, my one buddy that used to be my only subscriber is obviously sharing our message, and he, just like I apologized to him for President Joe Biden, as he apologized to me for President or Prime Minister Trudeau. Hopefully, in the next couple of years, we will get these radical left-wing communists out of office, right? Because we don't like that. We don't like communists. We don't like dictators. Just like Gretchen Whitmer, my great state of Michigan, is a dictator. And she's locked down and fleeced and heisted small businesses, and she's beat them down by threats of jail time, fines, draconian fines, and stripping them of their licenses, force these companies, honest, hardworking, beautiful people, into bankruptcy, long-standing businesses, because she is a communist, she is a dictator, and we're going to bring it on to Gretchen Whitmer. We're going to bring it on to Justin Trudeau. We're going to bring it on to Joe Biden and the radical left-wing agenda. And if that offends any part of my audience, well, I don't apologize for that, because I don't agree with communism, and I don't agree with dictators, and I don't agree with authoritarianism that I'm seeing go on in the great state of Michigan and in the great country that used to be the United States of America, that has been sold off and hijacked since we've been taken off the gold standard in 1968, I believe, or whenever the fuck that was, right? You know what I mean? I love you. I love my Canadian audience. Germany, just like I won't hold one bad marketing guy and Hitler against you. I love the German people. You are very nice people. You had one evil dictator ruin your country for everybody, and a brilliant propaganda minister in Joseph Goebbels, right? And now in the United States of America, we've had the radical left-wing communists, the same as Hitler, the socialists, as they like to call themselves in this country, when the Nazi was just National Socialism. That's all Nazi means. The Nazi Party, the propaganda machine that Edward Bernays put on in this country, that's called Nazis as white supremacists, is really a disguise for the Hitler, which was just National Socialism Workers' Party, right? Socialism. Communism and socialism are one and the same. Socialism is by taxation and theft. Communism is by force and death. No difference. Right? Joseph Stalin said, give me a country of whatever, whether it be a capitalism, democracy, or capitalism, whatever your country is, you put democracy in there. Democracy is indispensable to socialism, because eventually they'll vote themselves into socialism every time, and eventually communism, 100% of the time. And they're doing that in America. They've already done it in Canada, right? There's a political rant. We're going to dethrone you, Gretchen Whitmer, and James Craig, a newly retired police chief of Detroit, who is announcing, I believe, that he is running for governor and challenging to dethrone the dictator, Gretchen Whitmer. I have my full support, and hopefully the first black Michigan governor in the history of Michigan will dethrone that evil, communist, descendant of Germany, Gretchen Whitmer, right? My full support is behind the police chief, James Craig, of the Detroit Police Department, and newly retired after a great service and restructured and brought confidence back into the Detroit Police Department after it had corruption and infighting and a massive corruption. He exposed all that, had transparency, and brought back trust and honor in the Detroit Police Department and helped clean up the city. And he's done a great job, and he deserves to be the next and first black governor of the state of Michigan. He deserves that honor. He deserves your vote. If you're a listener in the state of Michigan of mine, He deserves your vote next year to dethrone that dictator, draconian, communist Gretchen Whitmer, right? Sorry, this was a rant today. I got to go back into work. I got a very busy day here, but that's all I got for this morning's morning radio show. Police Chief James Craig, Detroit Police Department, Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing has your full support and will campaign hard for you on my radio network to help you dethrone that communist Gretchen Whitmer, the Democrat Gretchen Whitmer. She's a communist, draconian dictator. And Police James Craig, Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing, if you decide to take on that step and that challenge and take on that media bashing you're going to get, you have my full support. Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing is standing step to step, and we will go toe-to-toe with you as you fight to dethrone that communist and bring the great state of Michigan back, just like you helped fight to bring the great city of Detroit back up. And he did a great job there. The great businesses have popped up. The city has become safer. He did a phenomenal job, and you deserve our support, and you have Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing support. Peace and love, James Craig. Peace and love.